Hey everybody, it's Nerd in Denial, and we're back with another review for you. This time we're doing our first anime movie in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And it has been a minute. And I'm honestly really excited to talk about this. We're reviewing My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. I don't know why it's put up 4, but fuck you, I don't care. We went to the theater for this.
We went to the theater after a work day, which means we really wanted to see it.
Yes, we did. And it was...
Because we don't do shit usually after we come home from work.
We usually don't go to the movies, period.
No, that either.
But it was really, really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, there really isn't an opening. There's an opening credit scene which is used... It's one of those where it's an opening credit scene where it's something else is going on at the same time. Which is just to show off a young All Might being a hero, which was really nice to see. It took me forever to figure out why young All Might looked off to me.
He has eyes.
You could see his eyes.
You can see his baby blues.
But it's just it's a very, in terms of premise, it's a very generic anime shonen movie. Main character goes to a place that has nothing to do with the main story. Bad thing happens, he fights bad thing, and it is over, blah, blah, blah. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it kind of expanding the world more of this quirk world. And there's a floating island of scientists dedicated completely just to making shit for heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how it's somebody else who knows that All Might is deteriorating. This takes place before the main events of Season 3.
Yes.
So, he knows that All Might's deteriorating, but he doesn't know that All Might can pass his power on, and has. So it's this very interesting thing. We get David Shield, Melissa Shield, which I still think is a goddamn Marvel reference. And we get these villains who would just kind of take over. And it was, like I said, very basic premise. But with My Hero Academia, they turn it into this thing that feels like it can only be done by them.
Yeah.
The animation was on point.
As always.
Comedy was on point.
Yup. Such a good movie.
They could have just as easily made this a field trip for the whole class, and that's why they're all there. But no, every character in the class has a different reason as why they're there.
That's so good.
It's so, and they all get introduced in a comedic way. Now, there are, I think, about 7 characters of the class that kind of take the backseat and they don't do anything, which is unfortunate. But especially since one of my personal favorites is among those 7. Unfortunately. But, oh well. But we still get Bakugo, Todoroki, Midoriya, Uraraka, all the greats. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that really jumped out to you as you really enjoyed about this movie?
I mean, I don't know. It was good. It was just so good. The pacing was good. The character introductions and the way they went about it was good.
A very consistent tone.
Very, very consistent tone. The twist and turns at the end was really good.
That is where her and I will kind of be different on this, because I expected some of the twists and turns.
Well, yeah.
Because they're kind of...
One big one you expected, yes.
Fair.
And then, but the one after that, I did not expect as much.
Fair enough. You're talking about the one at the very end with the villain and who we got a call from. Because that one I did not expect.
No.
I think my favorite thing about this movie is that typically in shonen movies, the main character gets some kind of power-up or new ability that is specific to this movie, that is marketed for this movie, and it'll never use again, and it makes no goddamn sense as to why he'll never use it again in certain cases. But I love how the big thing for this movie is just that Midoriya gets a glove that lets him do what he already can do without having to worry about recoil. And it's less about what he can do and about how he gets to work alongside All Might as an equal. And I think that's why it's called 2 Heroes. Because they are both being heroes, and they're both using I think it was Detroit Smash. At the same time,
it was like double Detroit Smash.
And it's less about what he's doing and more about why he's doing it and who he's doing it with. He has reached that point where he can smash with All Might, which was his dream.
That is such a goosebumpsy
moment.
Like, that's the climax of the movie.
And the glove immediately breaks.
Good.
So we don't have to worry about it.
And then you end it, and then he doesn't have it again. but he has that the memory of
fighting with All Might.
I'm fighting with All Might. Need to figure out a way where I can still utilize my arms but protect them. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. So it was a really really good movie that essentially just felt like one long. It felt like, I don't want to say it felt like one long episode. It felt like a arc from the show that was condensed into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I really, really like this movie. Because it's a movie, we don't have that much to say on it. Some of the jokes were god great. It just hit. And some of the jokes I did not expect to get me as much. Though I think the stupidest joke is there's a giant lizard dragon hero called Godzilla.
And he's walking by a group of people, and they go, "Oh, look, it's Godzilla!" And he's like,
"Peace." Hey. He literally just peace. So it was funny. I like the introduction of all the other classmates and how it's just like, you're here, something happens, good. You're here too, and it's just over and over and over and over.
Because the entire our theater was pretty full, and watching them because I don't even remember who the first one was that got shown.
It was Uraraka. Because she was watching
him
with a hot blonde.
With a hot blonde, like that's what she thought was happening.
And she just didn't move.
And then Headphone Girl and the Creation Girl were both there with her, and they were like, "Oh hey, well,
and
she
I'm here still hasn't moved.
I'm here because my parents and blah blah blah." And they're like, they chit chat about it, and then you slowly see other introduction, and not all of them get introduced, but you can see some of them like walking in the background and stuff.
Yeah, they pan over to them. Some of them are in a hotel. Some of them are walking. Some of them show up. Unfortunately, a couple of them don't show up at all.
Yeah, but the audible in the theater every time they came out was amazing. It was so good.
Now, I love the fact that I just love this movie because they immediately take All Might out of it. All Might is in this movie, and they immediately go, he's done. He can't save the day. Though it does beg the question, why can't he gets tied up, and why can't he just get out? It doesn't really explain, but it's one of those willful suspension of disbelief where you're like...
Well, it's supposed to be...
Power dampening?
There's these restraints that are impervious to their abilities, and because he's already fighting to stay his form because nobody knows he's
stuck in muscle form.
He's fighting that right now and just kind of trusting the kids, but then he gets that burst of energy of I have to go help, and
as soon as his restraints are off, his adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah.
The tone of this movie was good. I think I already said that. Unfortunately, I don't want to say the only issue I have is some of the plot points are generic, but it's their first movie, so it's kind of forgivable. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
I had a thought about something else I wasn't 100% a fan of, and I'm trying to... Oh, now I remember. There's this one scene where apparently the new girl, Melissa, who is quirkless, they make that a point, she is quirkless, inexplicably has the ability to read Deku's mind. Because he punches a wall, looks to her, says nothing, but monologues in his head of, do this, do that, and she goes, got it, and leaves. And I'm like, what? You didn't talk. But whatever.
Yeah.
It's a nitpick. But that's the problem. I like to be fair, so I want to talk about things I didn't like, but when they're nitpicks, that's the problem. That's how fun this movie is. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's not... It has some deep stuff there, but at the end of the day, it's just fun.
Yeah.
And I know we normally would recommend you go watch it, but right now it's still, you can't.
Well, you can... On October 2nd.
You can on October 2nd in select theaters.
In select theaters, you can watch the Japanese dub.
You can watch the Japanese version with English subs. We watched the English dub, which wasn't terrible.
No.
I do like the voice cast in the English dub.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But after that date, it's pulled from theaters. You gotta wait for it to be out on DVD. Essentially, though there may be some bootleg versions of it online if you look hard enough. I haven't looked
probably.
But it's if you're a My Hero Academia fan, this movie has everything.
It's a very fun ride.
It is an absolute fun ride. Just remember, this takes place before the main events of season 3, so they are talking about things that
Because this came out like smack in the middle of the 3rd season.
yeah, which we will be reviewing next. Actually,
Yeah.
we just finished it today. So, date this video.
Well, the last episode came out yesterday.
Now we dated this video.
So, yeah.
But quick review. That is really I can't think of anything else to talk about. This is just a quick,
I loved
it
it.
was
We,
so
we,
good.
we left the theater driving home and we were like, oh my god, it's so amazing. Oh, no, we need to stop talking about it so we can talk about it in the video. But oh my god, I loved it so much.
That's the problem with watching shit like this.
Yeah, no.
We can't. We both immediately want to talk about
It
it,
was so
but we can't.
good.
It was just so fun.
It was such a fun hour and a half.
I honestly can't wait for the next movie because they're gonna get another one, which takes place after season 3. Because I like the point where these characters are in season 3, and there was stuff they were bitching about in the movie that aren't an issue that aren't an issue in season 3, which we'll more talk about in our review of season 3.
Yes.
But if you have a chance to watch it and you're a fan of My Hero Academia, absolutely go watch it. If you're watching this video and you haven't watched My Hero Academia, you need to fix that.
We also did reviews on season 1 and 2. You can go check those out.
But anyway, My Hero Academia is slowly turning one into our favorite anime. It's definitely one of hers.
It is. I love
It's
it.
definitely one of my favorite shonens.
Also, this, I will say, no, maybe I'll hold that for the season 3 review.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, and as always, this has been Nerd in Denial with another review, and we will see you guys next time. Please join our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon.
Wait, we don't have a Facebook, so shut up.
All right. Sorry,
TokuCast has Facebook, not us.
sorry, force of habit.
Instagram,
Twitter,
Twitter, Twitch, please.
Twitch. 19 more followers.
19 more followers, and then we become a billion.
And I die of liver cancer. Or I die of liver death.
Yeah, he's gonna drink himself under.
So
So let's do that.
please, go follow us on Twitch. We stream every weekend. At least once.
We stream at least once a week, but if you want to know exactly when we're going to stream, we always throw up a
Tweet.
"We're going live now" tweet, or we'll sometimes announce it earlier in the day.
Yep.
So,
But, as always, thank you guys so much for joining us. We absolutely appreciate every fan we get.
yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ah!